Is Ashley from Notjustboxing here with Peter Fury. Peter, how you doing?
I'm good. Good, Ashley, yeah.
Good. So we've got a GBM presser. Everything's being announced on Monday, including Hughie for an 8-rounder. How long have you known about this? Is he already in camp?
Yeah, he's in camp. He's back training. So 4th of April, he's on your call.
Brilliant. And what's the plan for Hughie this year?
Well, Izzy's going to be promoting Hughie now going forward. We've done a deal with Izzy on a multi-fight deal with him, so he's going to keep him busy.
So what is the multi-fight deal? Obviously, I'm going to be announcing this on Monday. How many fights have been signed?
Well, it's not about signing him. He's going to get him on. Almost, if he can get him on every show, he'll get him on. So Brilliant. It's one of them. He's going to be busy.
Good.
The thing is, let's get this out the way. And anybody who wants Hughie Fury, pick up the phone.
I'm sure there's quite a few queuing up when the time's right. So will he be co-main event on?
Possibly. Look, it doesn't matter to me if he's on first or last. I don't care. As long as he's fighting, it doesn't matter to me. So Izzy's the one for that, so I'll just leave it with him.
Great. So there's actually rumours linked that Ben Whittaker is going to be training with Andy Lee for the Liam Cameron rematch. I believe in the next week we're going to find out. What do you think of that?
I think it's highly probable.
And do you think it's a great idea for Ben? Do you think he's going to be able to win the rematch with Andy?
Listen, I think it's a perfect idea. He's as good a trainer, if not better than anybody, so why not?
Because also there is that other side of it, is sometimes changing coaches and trying to gel with them within a few months, and you don't want to change too many things. Sometimes it can be quite difficult.
Yeah, it can be. Look, either the fighter's going to do what you tell them or they're not, and there's a door. So it's one of them. So you've got to get on with the person, and they've got to wholly believe. The trainer's got to believe in the fighter, and it's a two-way street, and the fighter's got to believe in the trainer. And the trainers do a remarkable job, because from my own experience, it's not easy. It's a dedicated job. This, you've got to turn up in that gym whether you want to or not, just like the fighter. So I give all trainers maximum credit for what they do, because they're passionate, just like the fighter's passionate about getting where he's going. They're passionate about getting the fighter to be as good as he can be as well.
I'm excited for that. If that happens, it'll be very exciting. Because obviously Ben.
Well, I'm hearing the same as you. I think that's a 99%, not official yet, but I think that's reality. That's what's happened.
What else have you got going on right now in the boxing world? Obviously, a few guys in the gym. Yeah,
I've got Matty Harris on the 7th in Brighton, on Cali and Nissa Sowland's show. He's on there. We've got
who's Harris fighting?
He's fighting some heavyweight from Argentina, Bracamonte or something like this. So he's got that fight, and then I've got young Gradus Kraus from Holland. He's on GBM on the March the 8th in Rotherham. So that's going to be good. Looking forward to that. So a busy weekend.
Yeah, I bet. And
Abraham Cole's just boxed. So, he's doing well. Savannah Marshall as well. She's back in the gym. She's training away, so she's looking to get out again. Who else have we got?
That's good to hear. Obviously, I know she had a bit of time doing MMA.
Exactly. Yeah, she's still got she's still involved with the MMA. What else is there? I've got me great nephew. I say great because he's my brother's grandson. And he's doing very well. He's in the senior ABAs, and he's training for that at the moment.
Incredible. What gym is that with?
He's with the Rotunda gym.
Oh,
in
nice.
Liverpool. So he's there. A good friend of mine. He's with Peter Clark, who's like a close family friend of mine, and he looks after James Dean with the Rotunda lads there. So yeah, he couldn't be in a better place.
What makes the Rotunda gym so special? There's so many great fighters that come out of there. Obviously, for you. Analysing, so you've been to so many gyms, right? What makes it so good? They've had so many good fighters come out of there.
I think look, Liverpool's a fighting city. Everywhere you go, I've never met a Scouser that don't love boxing. So they all love the boxing. There's been some great fighters out of there over the years as well, just like Manchester, any city really. But they do love the boxing. They're very passionate with it, and let's not forget, look. Good things come from people that know what they're doing. That's the bottom line here. It's a good outfit, they're a good team, good trainers, they know the game. So that's why they have success. They have success because they're very good at what they do.
And in terms of just talking about the amateurs, what do you see in these fighters, especially when, let's say, you were to maybe take on a new recruit to train? What do you see in these fighters to go all the way? What is needed for these fighters to really know that they're going to be able to take all the tests that boxing brings?
Well, I've got James Dean who's going to be turning professional. I'll be blind with a white walking stick bent over going in the gym. I've got no way out because I've got my son to deal with. I've got other fighters and I've got him as well turning over, so there's no rest, is there? So it just keeps going like a conveyor belt.
But what makes them, obviously you're looking for certain attributes in these guys, right? And obviously you wouldn't give your time of day to these people unless they're serious and you can think they can go all the way. What makes that in a fighter? Is there anything that you look for when you're chatting to them, when you're watching them train? Is there anything in particular, like the mindset?
Yeah, definitely. Look, first of all, they've got to be nice people, because I can't work with nobody who's not a nice person. I don't care if you're going to be a triple world champion. If you're an arsehole, you're an arsehole, and I can't work with you. So it's one of them. So that's first and foremost the person's nature. Yeah, and this is a brutal sport. They've got to have the heart for it. They've got to be hard. They've got to be teak tough and want it more than anything. Forget about. When you want to be a champion, it's almost like you've got to climb outside your body and sacrifice it. That's what makes world champions. Are you that man? Are you that man when you get punched in the eye and it's black and you think your eye's out? Are you that man to keep going? Are you that man to sit on the floor and say, well, I'm not getting up? You're not the person that I'm going to train.
You can't teach that, can you?
You can't teach it. You've got to go back to the olden days. Look, the Spartans and all this. They go to death. World War II, World War One. What did they do? They went over that bank with a Tommy gun and got shot to pieces. But they went over there. So you've got to do what you're going to do. That's why I'm in this sport, because a man's a man, and that's it. Brutal. That's what this job is. Brutal in a nice way, but you've got to have that brutality in you. That's what makes world-class fighters.
And I just want to go back to Hughie. I know you said, sorry, just what's on my mind. I know you said you don't want to have him not like turning down fights or whatever. You want him jumping into fights, because if he's not serious, then what's the point? Has he already shown that he's ready for signing with absolutely anybody as soon as he gets this next 8-rounder out? Is he keen? Because I've not spoken to him, and it's interesting to see. Obviously, the heavyweight division is so good. Just what path he wants to take, because he can definitely be up there with these guys right now.
Yeah, look, it's a matter of time. Is he going to get there? Yes, he is. Will he get there? Yes. It's a matter of time for him and getting the opportunity. When he gets the opportunity, he's going to take it with both hands. But look, Hughie's a man of his own, but Hughie's a committed athlete. So it's good. He's got a lot more skill set than people realise. And people may say, don't rate Hughie, don't do this, don't do that. Well, see what he's like when the bell goes and you're in front of him. So that's the best analyst, is to ask his opponents what he's like. So this is it. But I'm excited because we haven't seen the best of Hughie for various reasons, which I'm going to make no excuses. Let's see. But I think when people start seeing Hughie on form properly, the light bulb's going to switch on and think, yeah, we've got something here. And look, people say, his dad's deluded, it's his dad. Listen, Hughie doesn't need boxing. Yeah, there's businesses he can walk straight into. As a matter of fact, he can take over from my job. I'm tired. Yeah, he can do mine. So if boxing's not for him, walk out of it. I'm not somebody who's not a realist. What I've seen this lad capable of doing in the gym is good enough to wipe the floor with 99% of what out there today. I'll tell you what, ask Billy Nelson how good Hughie is. He'll tell you how good Hughie is. Not a fool. Ask Bacoli how good Hughie is. They know the real Hughie, because they sparred him when he's been on form. They've also sparred him when he's been off form, when he's not been so well. But listen, when this kid's on form, he's dangerous. So that's what I'm still waiting to see. That's the frustrating thing for me, because now he's getting his opportunity, and now we'll see it. What was celiac, and what this and what that. All these things is ironed out. So now he's had 3 fights back. He was out a long time, so it's good. 1 fight back in Sheffield, and anything goes after that.
And it's nice that you said as well that money's not the motivation for him. He doesn't need the money. That's not what he's in it for now.
No, it's not. He don't care. He's a man of the blessed Lord, and I respect him as my son, and I respect him as a man. He doesn't ask for anything. You know, he's a proper warrior. He's that old school mentality. You know, he lives a Spartan life. He doesn't have the best of whatever. He's not interested. You know, so he's he ticks all the boxes. He's just got to get out there, get it done, and it's now or never. He's 30 years of age, and that's it. So if he does what I know he's capable of doing and what I've seen, you know, we're in for a good ride. So, but let's see.
And when you trained him as a kid, did you ever imagine this path that he's taken? When you first coached him and when you watched him box and just, you know, his whole life just blossom, right? Did you ever imagine it would be at this point and just how far all of you have come as a family?
Do you know, it's in that respect it's amazing, because obviously these young guys, they've got stuck in and they've made a success and a career out of it, which is fine for them, you know. So yeah, I'm very happy for him. I'm happy for him, what he does, what he wants to achieve. But if you talk to him, he's achieved nothing, you know, because he knows there's a lot more out of him. So he can't wait to get in there and show exactly what he's really about. So, and I'm looking forward to it. But like I said, to be absolutely clear, nobody's deluded here. You know, if it's not for him and he's not good enough, then he'd be told already, this job's too good, because what I've got a father's responsibility, and this is a hard game, especially the heavyweights. If you're not good enough to be a world champion, you don't need to be smacked around the head 24/7, because he needs to have a good life. He's got good families. He's got family that's not destitute. He doesn't need it for that, you know. So, but he's there. He's got the ability, and that's why he's doing it. Because if he didn't have it, I'd be the first man to say, pack it up. That's it.
I remember the first time I watched him box, it was at the O2 on the Lomachenko card. And that was a great fight. I can't remember who he boxed now. You might know. It was Lomachenko Luke Campbell card at the O2.
O2.
But that was a good fight. I can't remember who he boxed, but
maybe Marius Wack or somebody, was it?
Maybe. But that was great. That was the first time I was sort of introduced to him, and I thought he's decent. And the way he moves as well as a heavyweight. Not all heavyweights can move how he moves. You know, there's only a few of them.
Exactly. Yeah. But he's been a world amateur champion as well, so he's got all the credentials. He's just got to come and turn it on. He needs to turn the light bulb on, you know. And there's been reasons why he hasn't turned it on, which he hasn't turned it on. That's all we need to know. So now turn it on. So that's what we want to see, isn't it?
Yeah. So
even
lastly,
as you as boxing fans,
yeah,
you want to see it.
Yeah.
I want to see it. So same with all the fighters in the gym. You know, everybody's doing the best, but we've got a very good community in the gym. You know, and all the fighters want to get on. They all get on together, so it's nice.
Yeah, and a lot of fans now finally don't care if you lose. If you're testing yourself and you put up a good fight, that's all that we want to see. So
yeah, exactly.
For fighters nowadays, that boxing I think now is the best it's been in my lifetime.
The best
I'm 28.
It's been. All about protecting the O. I've always said you got a pair of hands, and so has he. And it's anybody's at that top. You can't look up and say, look, every fighter at the top believes he can beat anybody. But that's the fighter. If we listen to the fighter all the time, the fighter wouldn't need a trainer, would he? Yeah. So, but I see different things. I see every fighter that's born out of his mother is beatable. I don't care who you are. If you're not beat, then you've been managed very well. Because there's fighters out there that can be kryptonite. There's fighters out there. So getting back to your question, a loss means zero. Nothing. Win, lose. How do you get better? How do we get better as people through our lives?
Through failure.
Do you get better with a silver spoon in your mouth? No, you don't. Can we all give any advice as we get older? Only for your own experiences of falling. Fail. Fail again.
It's so refreshing to hear that. It really is.
It is. You know, failure is what makes you stronger. The weak don't survive because they fail and stay down. But the strong survive because they fail, and no matter what, they're coming. It's having that fighter's mentality.
And those that are saying, oh, he's lost, oh, he's done this, they're people that have never risked anything in their life, that have never probably even put a set of gloves on, that don't know how it is to even get in there against someone that's better than them.
100%. Look, for a fighter, now I can look up and say being involved in boxing, that's dog shit. I can say that, because I know what's involved in boxing. takes a good man to get for the ropes. I don't care if you're MMA. I don't care if you're a white-collar boxer. I don't care if you work for the fire brigade and you're doing a charity show. You're getting in the ropes and people's looking at you. And you're going to take some punishment. So all respect is given. But I'm into world-level boxing. And when I see shit, and I'm going to tell it. So it's not disrespecting the fighter. It's disrespecting the skill set, because it's not on a world level that, again, where the fighter's being over-promoted, yeah, and we're not seeing it, and I've got a pair of eyes. So I'm going to call it out. I'm going to say he's got the skills of a donkey. And that's it. So he needs to fight at donkey level. That's what I'm saying. Not about the fighter, not disrespecting him, but this job's about levels. So we don't need to sit in front of the television and big something up. Well, it's not, because it's too hard. It's too hard a game. Yeah,
it's also hard though when they're building a fighter and they know that they're capable of maybe getting to that level in like 5 years, but they're already billing them as a superstar when they've got so many hurdles to go through.
It's one thing building a fighter because that potential is possibly there. There's another thing building a fighter that's the best thing since sliced bread, and he's not going to go any further. And you know he's limited, and everybody else has got a pair of eyes. So I think I look at boxing as a bit of a boxing fan as well. I take a step outside of it and have a look, and I enjoy good fights.
Who's your favourite fighter at the moment?
I've got many. There's many good fighters. All the elite ones. I'm not good with names, but if you mention some to me, I'll tell you.
I really like the Eastern Europeans at the moment. Like Israel Madrimov against Virgil Ortiz Jr. I love the way Madrimov moves. You know, lots of feints, lots of shoulder. Like he'll throw a shot, and you don't see it coming because he's already feinted that shot 3 times before. Like I like how it's unorthodox. Like you see British fighters, right? With the way we box, you can sort of read it. You really can read it, but there's something about the American flashy style. I like all styles, to be honest, but like you said, saying a few names, I would say obviously Usyk, world-class operator. The way like his lead hand control, his footwork, he looks unstoppable against anyone. You know, to take on Tyson and beat him twice, and to take on a bigger man, even though there were close fights, it just shows the levels of someone that could be smaller. As you know, how is it to fight somebody that much bigger than you? It's difficult. I boxed the kid 3 kilos every year and I felt the weight on it.
You know what it is? I think it's all at that level. It's all about microisms, the difference, and it can be blind to the naked eye, but your team can let you down. Look, I always look at boxing, especially in teamwork, like car racing. You know, if the team gets it wrong in the cockpit, the driver's lost. He's relying on that team, isn't he? You know, game plans, how they're going to go about it, shaving a second off, shaving milliseconds off. It's all about this. So at that level, if there's a little bit lacking in some degree in your camp, you'll come second best at that level. Where Usyk's got it right is not only he's super intelligent and a sublime boxer, very good at controlling the distance, very good at keeping fighters off, you know, a lot stronger than people think he is, you know, so he doesn't go for the kill, never goes for the knockout. He just needs to do what he does, and he masters the best of him. But the good thing with Usyk, his team master the best of him as well. So they're all singing this lot off the same hymn sheet, and that makes the difference in winning and losing at that elite level.
Yeah, and even just seeing people in the championship rounds like Beterbiev obviously winning the later rounds against Bivol. Do you think those moments of a fighter's career?
Well, it's when to step on, when to throw shots at the beginning, mid, end of the round. You know, these fighters is like a calculator. As fast as you punch the numbers in, the figure comes up. They're that intelligent and smart in the ring, know what the judges are looking at, know what they need to be doing. All of this is being worked out. So really, you know, a bit of Usyk. We're talking about Usyk. He's a bit of a mathematician. You know, he's clever in all areas.
Do you think that just comes from his amateur pedigree of just knowing how to win those rounds?
It comes from a lifetime of dedication, you know, and never satisfying to be good enough. Always looking for the extra edge. And and all young fighters coming through, if you want to be the best, that's what you got to do.
I'd like to talk about your nephew as well, Walter Fury.
Yeah, definitely. He's a fine young fighter. You know, it's nice to see. You know, I look back, and you know, when my brother had been lucky down now, and he'd be so happy. You know, that his youngest boy stuck up the mantle. You know, because my oldest brother, he loved boxing. He really did. Any kind of boxing, he was there for it. So, and young Walter, he's had a He had quite a lot of amateur fights as a young kid growing up, and I've been watching his fights, to be fair, and he's quite got a good bit of potential. He's quite a good boxer. There's things he's going to work on, but yeah, so far so good. I think he's doing very good.
So who's he training with?
He's training with. He's got his trainer up in Lancaster, who he's been with for a long time, and yeah, they're doing well together.
Ah, that's brilliant to hear. And he's 3-0 right now, right?
He's 3-0 right now, and yeah, you know, watch this space. Young Walter Fury, he's doing good.
What weight is he?
Middleweight, light middle.
Light middle. Oh, that's a great division. It's
Yeah.
a brilliant division. Domestically, though, there's not too many fighters at light middle, really, is there? I think a lot of them are sort of pushing European level now.
Yeah, I think after a few more fights, I think they can start stepping him up. So, you know, I was impressed with his last fight. He looked good.
And what shows you been fighting on?
He's fighting on Queensberry, I think. Yeah, he's fighting on their shows.
Nice. When's he back out? Has he got a fight date?
I'm not sure, but I'd imagine they get him on very soon.
Brilliant. Well, I wish him all the best of his career as well.
Definitely.
I'll be looking forward for that one. There's so many Furies about.
So many Furies, but young Walter, he's another one on the journey of the pros.
I wish him all the best.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for your time.
It's been good. I've enjoyed it with you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I'll see you at Fight Night.
Yeah, definitely.
Brilliant. Have a good day, mate.
Thank
Cheers.
you.